Now everyone got the clarity how we are getting 12. Note down very clearly. Initially I missed these numbers. Once again just note down all the numbers and identify which are divisible or which are not divisible. Simple. Clear? Let's take one more simple same concept. Divisibility rule 3. Again in 2019 they asked question divisible by 3 related question. Very simple concept. Everyone try to answer within 30-40 seconds. It's important and simple concept because we already covered divisibility rule of 3. Very simple kind of question. So what is the data here? A number 136 is added to 5b7. 136 is added to 5b and 7. And the sum obtained is 7a3. This is we are getting sum. A3. We are getting sum. Then where a and b are integers, we know that integer, that's why I given already different types of numbers. What is integer and all these things. And it is given that 7a3, this one, 7a3 is exactly divisible by 3. This final number, whatever we are getting addition of these two, this is actually divisible by 3. It is divisible. This is the important condition. The only possible means out of this only one possibility you will get. The only possible value of b is what? What we have to find out? Only possible value of b. What digit you will get out of this? You can apply directly this particular elimination method based on options. Options wise you can check one by one. If you take 2, what happens? If you take 3, what happens? Finally what we have to check? If you are taking 2 instead of b, are you getting this particular number is divisible by 3 or not? That is we have to check. Now whenever we are taking this particular thing, so 6 plus 7, 13, 3 is okay, 1 is carry here. If 1 is carry, 3 plus 1, 4 already there. For 4 how much we have to add? If you are adding 2, 6 we will get. If you get 6, 7 plus 6 plus 3 it is not divisible by 3. The digit sum 7, 6, 3, we will get some different value, it is not a divisible 3. So 2 is not the answer. Similarly, if you substitute 5 here, 5 plus 4, 9. Even if you take 9 here, 7 plus 9 plus 3, how much you will get? So definitely 9 plus 3 or 7 plus 3, whatever you take, 19, whatever, 19 is not divisible by 3. Digit sum is not divisible. Just finally you have to apply divisibility rule of 3. It is not divisible, so definitely 5 cannot be the answer. And if you take 7 also, here 4 plus 7 is 11, you will get 1. See 7 plus 3, 10 plus 1, 11. 11 is not divisible by 3. If 11 is not divisible by 3, this is not the answer. Only we are left with 8. 8 is the correct answer, but is it getting or not? We will verify. If you take 8 finally, 8 plus 4, 12, you will get 2. Just only focus on this, is this divisible or not? Clear? So 7 plus 2, 9, 10, 11, 12. Total 12 we are getting. 12 is divisible by 3 or not? Definitely it is divisible. So answer is only 8. Whatever concepts we discussed about the basic numbers, digit related questions and these kind of divisibility rule questions, very simple and very easy if you understand this basic concept. I hope everyone is clear with all these concepts up to this. Now one more question is there. Everyone should answer this question. Take this question as a homework. Next we will discuss some points related to the LCM and HCF also, but everyone should complete, or within seconds also we can answer. Just simple tell me, right? What is the answer? An 8-digit number, again this is there, in the last we have a B, leaves the remainder 0. Remainder is 0 means exactly divisible, right? By what? Divisible by 3. Again if you observe, whatever questions we discuss, most of the questions always related to the divisibility rule of 3. So that's why divisibility rule of 3, 4, 6, these points are very very important. You can answer very quickly. So what you have to do? What is the divisibility rule of 3? Just all the numbers 4 to 5. No need to write, but just I'm explaining here. In the place of B, what we have to take? In the place of B means digit sum you have to consider. So what digit sum we are getting up to this? Clear? So 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 7, 17, 17 plus 2, 19. So 19 plus 5, 24, 24 plus 2, 26, 26 plus 4, 30. We are getting 30. But 30 plus b, whatever you take, that should be divisible by 3. See, how many values of b are possible? Total how many values are possible? That is they are asking. How many values are possible in the place of b? For 30, if you add 0, total 30 only. 30 is divisible by 3. Right? So definitely 0 is one possibility. 30 plus 1, if you take 31 is not divisible, 32 is not divisible, 33 if you take 3, definitely 33 is divisible. So you will get one more possibility. 30 plus 6 if you take, 4 and 5 obviously not possible. If you take 36 is divisible by 3, this is also one more possibility. And 30 plus 9, 39. So total 4 different possibilities you can take. So to get the divisibility rule of 3 for this particular given number, in the place of b, you can take these 4 possibilities. Total you will get 4 possibilities guys. Now, right. So one more question is there, very simple, easily you can answer. This is a basic type of question. Everybody can answer, very simple, easy. But very clearly everyone is following or not, tell me, clear? Now what we have here, the one page is torn from a booklet whose pages are numbered in the usual manner starting from the number on the remaining pages is 195. So one book is there, in that book we have a page numbers from usual manner 1 to like that, whatever total numbers we don't know, but total the remaining pages is 195. Total remaining pages is 195. So one page is missing here. So that is we have to observe the torn page contain which of the following numbers. Whatever page is torn, in that page what numbers we have. That is you have to find out. It's a basic number related questions only, but we should know. So all the natural numbers n into n plus 1 by 2, these are sum of all the natural numbers formula. Just if you apply this, you will get right. Based on this, you will take trial and error method. You can take any number, substitute in the place of n. If you take, it's very near to 195. If you substitute any number which is getting near to 195, that is you can take directly. You take for example 20. 20 into 20 plus 1, 21 divided by 2. How much you will get? 210. Okay? So 210 is near to 195, and in this 210, if you subtract 195, what you are getting? So you will get 15. So in which option, if addition of the 2 page numbers you are getting 15, that is you have to take addition of the numbers. So only in option B we are getting 7 and 8. This is very simple concept. Now let's take some more points. So up to this everyone got the clarity guys, but all these type of questions regularly we are getting in exams. All these points are very very important. So we take in some number related questions, that is digits based questions regularly we are getting in exams, and as well as we are taking divisibility rule questions. These basic numeracy questions are very 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 important. That is you have to focus. In the next class we will discuss definitely simplifications and different kind of topics, but we have another simple and easy concept. Just you have to understand what is LCM and HCF. That's enough, because directly in the UPSC exam, if you observe any CSAT paper 2 of a previous years, direct they don't give any 2 numbers and 3 numbers, find out LCM, find out HCF. They don't ask that type of questions. In some situations we have to apply this kind of LCM HCF things. So that is you have to know how to apply LCM and HCF. What applications are there in the UPSC questions, that is we will do. Clear? So please explain the previous questions one. Just okay, Pratisha, just we'll see, very simple. In the previous question, what we have a simple manner. Total one book is there. In that book, the usual manner from 1 to some page numbers are there. In that case, one page is missing, one page is torn here. After that, the starting from the numbers and the remaining pages is 195. After taking that page out, the remaining how many pages are there? 195. And the number the page number contains which of the following numbers? Clear? Once again, try to understand question very clearly. The page is torn from a booklet whose pages are numbered in the usual manner, means 1, 2 and so on. Clear? Then starting from the numbers on the remaining pages is 195. The total in that we have, so 195. But how many pages we are here missing? Only one page is missing. In that case, generally, so natural numbers, if you want to calculate addition of that natural numbers, n into n plus 1 by 2. In this formula, what we are doing? We can go different ways based on options also we can go. Based on trial and error method we can go. Trial and error method, only why you are taking only 20, sir, you can take 21 or you can take 19, you can take 18, but that should be whatever sum we are getting here, that should be near to 195. Clear? Now in this case, if you substitute n is equal to 20, you can take 19 also, you can take 20, whatever. Clear? So if you take 20 into 20 plus 1, 21 divided by 2. So if you simplify here, you will get 210. Here actually we are getting 210. But obviously, whenever you are taking any book, all the total page numbers, if you are getting total some of page numbers, how you will get generally 1, 2, 3 on all these things. On the sum you will get it's equal to this one only. And which is near to this one, which is near to 195, only 210 is there. You can go with additional numbers, all the 21 you can take, 22 you can take, or less than 20 also you can take. But here we are going trial and error method. So if you take 20 very near to 195, based on that, if you take 210, if you take which number here, subtraction of this 210, you will get 195. That is also you can take. For example, 5 and 6, all will get 13. 13 if you subtract here, do you get 195? No. Second option we have to go, 7 and 8, how much you are getting? 15. If you subtract 15 here, obviously we are getting 195. Like that also we can check. Or otherwise 210 minus 195, that number value, that page number total sum should be 15. 7 and 8 sum should be 15. That's why we are going with the option B. No issue. Now, in the LCM and HCF, what is LCM, what is HCF? Just we should know the meaning and how to do, and we will take some direct examples in the exam. What type of questions we are getting? Directly we will take examples, because you will get the clarity. Don't worry about that, because no need to apply LCM and HCF for bigger numbers. If you have idea, you can apply for anything. Clear? But what type of questions we are getting in a UPSC level related to LCM and HCF, we will see. But if you observe particularly, first, LCM means least common multiples. You take any simple numbers or any kind of numbers, multiples. For example, I am taking very simple numbers here. For example, if you take 2 and 4, or you take any other numbers, simple, try to understand what is the concept. Just take multiples of 2, multiples of 4, or you take, even if you want to take some other number, multiples of 8. You take any numbers, but try to understand. Everyone knows that how to take different kind of methods are there, how to identify. So LCM, have to find out LCM 2, 4, 8. You can apply this division method also. You can go with this. But in a UPSC, this method is also enough. No need to solve in very less time, because questions are very simple you will get. So even sometimes, and another important thing is, whenever questions we are getting based on LCM and HCF, only based on two concepts they are asking regularly. One is fraction of LCM, how to answer, right? What is the formula? If you know that, you can answer. Fraction, LCM and HCF, fraction of HCF fraction. If you know these two formulas, most of the question you will see some previous year question, only the two formulas important. I'll show the two formulas, but basically what is LCM, what is HCF, we'll see. For example, if you are taking only these two numbers, try to understand. The multiples of 2, if you take 2 one time, 2 times 4, 6, 8, 10, like this you can note down everything. For any number you can take. 4 multiples, if you take 4, clear, 8. If you note down all these things, all the multiples here, no need to note down everything. But what we require? Least common multiple. Least common multiple is what? In these, all the multiples of 2 and 4, least common multiple, common, that multiple should be common. What is the common multiple here? We are getting 4. Directly 4 is the answer. Or otherwise, if you apply only for 2 and 4, what is the LCM? The basic division method or prime factor method also there. No need to go to complete difficult kind of methods. Clear? Simple method is what? 2 1 times, 2 2 times. Just if you multiply with 2 2 is 4. Directly 4 is the common multiple here. Clear? So 4 is a common multiple. 4 is a common multiple. Very simple. So like this, for any numbers you have to find out, but no need to go into complete details. So what type of questions we are getting? Let's see here. But then just try to understand what is a factor and what is multiple, just we see. And here you have to understand highest common factor. Highest common factor. Similarly, for this LCM and HCF, but both we have different kind of methods are there. Prime factor methods are there, or division method are there. Or for particularly HCF, you can take difference methods are there. Every method is there. No need to learn different kind of methods here. It's not a bank exam, so it's completely concept oriented type of questions only you will get in a UPSC. That concept you have to understand. Once you see some previous year question, you will get complete clarity. LCM and HCF, how to answer questions in the exams. Now let's see, if you take any two numbers, for example, if you take 12, 24, but I am taking very simple numbers, 12, 24 and 36. For these three numbers, what is the HCF? How to find out in this? What is the HCF? Tell me factors of 12. Factors means what? So whatever numbers we are getting for this 12 multiplication, that number generally will take as a factors. What's the factors of 24? What's the factors of 36? The same HCF you can do in different methods also. Just directly you can divide in this way, 12, 24 and 36. Like this also we can do. Or otherwise you can take difference of the first two numbers. Or division also we can do, 24 divided by 12. Like this we'll have different kind of methods. But we have, so here difference is a 12. Here difference is a 12. Is this 12 is divisible by or not? Just we have to check. Is this 12 is a multiple of all these three or not? Definitely it is multiple. You can take 12 is a HCF for this numbers. Or otherwise, if you take go into prime factors method, so you can note down, for example, 2 into 3. Can you write like this? 2 into 2, 4. 4 into 3, 12. You can note down like this, simple. Like this prime factor method also we can apply. So finally, you can take 2 square. And how many times you are taking? 3, 1. Similarly, for this also we can note down. Or if you are not able to simplify like this, first initially you can take 2 into 12, 24. And 12 also we can divide. How many times you can take? 6 into 2 again if you take, for example. So 2 into 6. And 6 what we can write? 6 also, 2 into, after 6 also you can note down 2 into 3. Again 2 into 3. Total how many we are getting? 2 power 3 and 3 how many times? Only one time. This is for second number prime fractions. For this, and third one 36. Clear? 6 times, whatever, you can take anything. Clear? If you take 6 here, what we can do here? 3 into 2, again 3 into 2. So here 2 times and 3 also 2 times. In all these prime factors, what we can take here simply? So in all these prime factors, what we can take? First one we are getting like this, and second one we are getting like this, and third one we are getting for all these three numbers. In all these three, what is the common? Again here also we are taking common factor, but highest common factor. Highest common factor, if you observe all these things, 2 square means 2 into 2. Clear? 2 square is a common. 2 square is a common. 2 square is a common. Highest common factor we are taking. Here 2 square is a common. Minimum how many 2's we are taking? 2 in everything. And 3 is also minimum. How many we are taking? 1. Just multiply this, you will get the HCF. So, but in a UPSC level, what type of questions we are getting? That is directly we will focus, because that type of questions are very, very important. Here we will focus that points here. These 2 points are very, very important. These 2 points. Just remember these points. If you observe any previous year question, most of the cases we are applying only these logics. Our basic LCM and HCF how to find it we'll see, but obviously these 2 points are very important. If you want to find out HCF of a fraction, HCF of a fraction, if you have anything, so 3 by 4 or any number you take, so 8 by 6 or whatever you have, how to find out. For fractions HCF how to find out, for fractions LCM how to find out, that is you have to understand. Clear? So for fraction, HCF of a fraction, HCF of a numerator by LCM of a denominator. But that too, in the UPSC exams always we will get very small numbers. For small numbers easily you can find out by using division method of LCM and HCF. Or directly you can take prime factors also. Any method is very simple, but you have to focus only one best important method. LCM of fractions, LCM of a numerator and HCF of a denominator. Same method how to apply for previous year questions. We'll see one question here. Clear? Try to answer this question, very simple. It's a 2020 previous year question. What is the last 4 digit divided by 3, 4, 5, 6 leaves a remainder 2, and in each case here we have to apply LCM. You have to find out for LCM for 3, 4, 5 and 6. It's very simple. Even if you go with a basic division method, you will get the answer, because we don't get other than these kind of difficult questions in the UPSC. Very simple concept oriented questions only you will get. Everyone try to answer this. What we are getting? Simple. Now let's see what we will get here. Even if you are going very basic approach, so what we can take here, 2 or 3 you can take here, 2 2 ja 5, 2 3, or you can take once again 3 times 1, 2, 5 and 1. If you multiply here 2 into 3, 2 into 5 into 2 into 3 into 2, you will get 60. Is it correct? Clear? 5 into 2 into 2, 4, 5 into 4, 20, 20 into 3, 60. We are getting 60 here. This is the LCM of the given numbers. After getting LCM of these given numbers, what we have to do? What is the condition? What is the least 4 digit number? Least 4 digit number. In the options, we have to go. Based on options, we have to go in this type of question. Least 4 digits they can ask, highest 4 digits they can ask, but everything procedure should be same. So in this situation, all these numbers are very near to 1000. Just we will take, right? Just we will take 1000 is a base number we are taking. The least 4 digit number if you are taking here, the least 4 digit number, just divide with the 60. Divide with the 60. Clear? So what we will get? So just simply, finally how much you will get? 400, and if you did just 6 times, 36. Finally you will get 40 is the remainder. So remainder how much we are getting? 40. But condition, just once again listen, just observe, understand here. What is the least 4 digit number divided by 3, 4, 5, 6 leaves the remainder of 2. You have to get remainder 2, but we are getting 40. If you want to get remainder 0, what value should be there? Instead of 40, if you have a 60, 60 1 times 60. So remainder becomes 0. Means if you add 20 to the actual this number, or 1020 if you take, 1020 if you take, you will get remainder is 0 if you divide with 60. So to get remainder 0, for 40 if you add 20 you will get 60. 40 plus 20 you will get to 60. 60 1 times definitely. So this coefficient, all these things are not important, remainder is important. So for 40 if you add 20 you will get remainder is 0. But what we have to get according to the question? You have to get remainder 2. 2 means in addition to this, additionally you have to add 2 more. Clear? So 1020 plus 2, 1022 is the correct answer. To get remainder always 2. Right? So whenever we are doing this type of question, first find out the LCM, then based on that, if they given remainder 0, directly we can take that. If remainder is additionally 2, or sometime they will give 3, 4, whatever, based on that we have to add that value here. Now let's take one more same kind of LCM and HCF concept here. Try to read the given data and try to answer this question. Very simple. These are the fractions you can convert into fractions. 3 1 by 2 is there, 8 3 by 4. Just now I given formula. Clear? You have to find out HCF of these two fractions. So what we are getting actually here, 7 by 2, 35, 32 plus 3, 35 by 4. For these two, you have to take HCF of these two fractions. What we are getting HCF, just simplify that, you will get the answer. HCF 735 and 24. So what is the formula for HCF of a fraction? HCF of a fraction, HCF of a numerator, LCM of a denominator, 2 and 4. So what we are getting fractions here? 7 and here you will get 4. 7 4 if you simplify, 7 divided by 4, 4 1 times, clear? And remainder is 3, 3 by 4. 4 3 1 3 by 4 is the correct answer. Clear guys? So like this we have to use LCM and HCF concepts in this manner. But one more question if you see here, particularly very simple and easy concept. This is also 2020. Based on common sense also we can answer these type of questions. You can go with the LCM and HCF concept. Clear? That is, we have, if you have a two straight sticks of a length 7.5 feet and 3.25 feet, if you convert 7.5 and 3.25, if you convert 325 divided by 100 or 750 divided by 100, just if you, for these fractions, if you find out HCF, you will get the answer. Or otherwise, basic common sense, no need of any mathematics subject concept here. Based on this, what we can do? See, without maths concept, what we can do? If you have a two straight sticks of 7.5 feet length, one is 7.5 feet length. One is 7.5. Another stick is 3.25. So 3.25 means if you take up to this is 3.25, up to this is 2.25, how much you will get? Clear? 6.5. If 6.5 is over out of 7.5, what is the remaining? 1 feet. But even how much is minimum value we can measure? Minimum is important. We cannot take 1 feet. Even minimum how much we can measure. See, based on this 3.5, this extra 1 feet whatever we are getting, using this 1 feet in this small stick, you can measure one stick with a 3.5. Measure 3 times, you will get 3 like this. 1 1 1. Additionally, how much you will get? 0.25. Directly 0.25 foot we can measure using these two sticks. Minimum they are asking. Minimum. So like this we can answer. Or otherwise, if you simplify this one, what we are getting? 750 and 325 you will get 25, and 100 LCM you will get 100. If you simplify, obviously you will get 0.25 only. Clear? But wherever simplification is there, wherever simple methods are there, based on that common sense concepts also we can answer. Clear? So this 13th question I'll explain. One more question is there, I'll give that homework. Everyone should complete that question. The next class tomorrow we'll discuss that question if you are not getting, but still everybody can answer that. Just apply whatever concepts we are learned now up to now, just everyone should answer that type of questions. But I hope everyone is got the clarity up to this whatever we discuss. Let's understand this data. This is 2019 question, but what data we have, try to understand. In a school, every student is assigned a unique identification number. Every student is identified with a unique number. A student is a football player if and only if is the identification number is divisible by 4. Clear? It is divisible by 4. And whereas a student is a cricket player if and only if the identification number is divisible by 6. And if every number is from 1 to 100. Every number is only from 1 to 100, whatever numbers we are assigning as a identification assigned to the student. Then how many of them play cricket as well as football? Cricket as well as football. For football and cricket we are assigning 4 and 6. Find the LCM of these two. So what we are getting? Clear? Simplify. 2 times, 3 times. Clear? So what we are getting? 4 into 3, 12. Total we are getting LCM 12. Very simple concept. For this, no need to worry. Very simple numbers. So 12 we are getting. Up, if you are getting 12, what are the multiples of 12? 12 table. In the 12 table, whatever we are getting, just all the numbers you have to take in the 12 table. But finally, what we have to take? Only 1 to 100. In the 12 table, what is the highest? 120 you will get 12 10 times. We require only up to 100. 8 times is enough up to this. So up to 100 we have to take. Right. So 8 times only we can, 8 members only we can take in the common football and this particular cricket. So you will get only, just note down 12, 24. If you note down up to 8, 12 into 8. Clear? 96. Up to that only we can take, because we cannot go beyond 100. We cannot go beyond 100. I hope everyone got the clarity in these type of questions also. One more question is there, but everyone should answer this question. Everyone should answer this question. This is a OMA, guys. So this is 2016 previous year question. This is the last question of this particular concept. Basic numbers, that is number system, and LCM and HCF. Apply the same concept. Apply the same LCM concept and try to find out every second day they are meeting, and every third day they are meeting one particular concept. Another one is every fifth day. Like this, we have some numbers are there. Based on that, take a LCM and find out. So how? Just based on common sense also we can answer these type of questions without basic concept of maths. How many times do all the 5 groups meet on the same day within 180 days? Total condition is within 180 days. So all the 3, when they will meet, they are asking. How many times? That is you have to calculate. This is the homework. Same LCM concept if you apply here, you will get the complete clarity. I hope everyone got the clarity, guys. But regularly if you follow these classes, definitely you will get more and more clarity in maths part as well as reasoning part also. I will give every concept. But still, whenever you are in the live class, you have to understand each and every point. If you are not able to understand anything, definitely, very good, Rasagna. But everyone try to answer this question. Easily you can answer this. Everyone should answer. Very simple, guys. So that's it for today, guys. I hope everyone got the clarity. If you have still any doubts, we will discuss in the coming days also. Definitely daily one particular important concept, examination point of view, UPSC point of view only. I will explain every concept, but if you follow regularly, you will get more and more clarity. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you all. But everyone try to complete this question. In the next class tomorrow same time, we'll meet some other topics. The maths, definitely we'll discuss each and every point, each and every topic from maths part first, then we will complete reasoning part also. Just follow the schedule. Thank you all. Thank you everyone.